Hello guys, I'm Sasha. I live in New Zealand already for half of the year. Originally I'm from Belarus, and on this channel I share my life in New Zealand. In this video I want to answer questions people usually ask me about living in New Zealand. Not long time ago, one of my videos on TikTok got many views, and especially Russian speaker people, they asked me why am I here, what do I like here. I think for English speaker people it will be also interesting, because I think many people want to come here, and maybe for some people these things will be not only advantages but also disadvantages. Let's talk about this, and I would like to hear your opinion in comments. The main question is, what am I doing in New Zealand? Why am I here? And I think the biggest reason is that my partner is New Zealander, and that's why I came here. I didn't even expect to come here. Even when I got visa, I didn't believe I will arrive and they will let me in. I don't know why, because it was something out of my dreams. It's so far away. I didn't believe first week that I'm here in New Zealand. I thought that I'm still dreaming. I even forgot that I came from different country. It feels like I live here for a long time. And that's interesting, because that's how you understand that you're used to everything. It's not important where you live. It depends on yourself, what person you are, what traits you have, and I think I'm the type of person who is ready to move somewhere. I'm open for something new. That's why it was not so hard for me to come here. I feel not so stressed, but at the same time it's hard to find people here, especially if you live in small town. As I see, there are not so many Russian speakers here. I got some people online, they live in Auckland, most of them live in Auckland, but I live in different place in New Zealand. Maybe in the future we will move there, because it feels like I want to live in the place where are more possibilities, opportunities, more community. In general, I like life in New Zealand. It's something new for me and better what I had before. My life is more interesting, that's fact. At least I saw the most beautiful views in my life. I traveled so much already here, and at the same time I didn't see much because I haven't been to the South Island yet. We traveled just around North Island. Many people ask me what is my favorite place in New Zealand. I can say that I liked very much Piha Beach, Castle Point. It was the most beautiful beaches I've seen here. I also liked Glowworm Cave, but something unusual and new for me. I would say I also liked Taranaki, New Plymouth. There are also some beautiful places there. Hookah Falls, McLaren Falls, Omanawa Falls, something from fairy tale, and of course Blue Springs. And also the most beautiful mountain view in my life was at Mount Ruapehu at 5 a.m. I have many videos from there, and it's something just unbelievable, fantastic. I don't know how to explain. I also liked Wellington, but not in windy day. Rotorua, of course, hot springs, geysers. It's a nice place to see geysers here, and hot pools. Tauranga, of course, Tauranga, my favorite town in New Zealand, and Mount Maunganui. It was a place where I felt the first time how really friendly New Zealand people are. Everyone said hi to me, everyone was so smiling, friendly, and yeah, I will never forget this. Mount Maunganui, I liked so much vibe here, how old people, they just sit close to the ocean, they live their slow life, walk with their dogs, and it's enough for them just to be happy. The next question is, what visa do I have, and how long was I waiting for visa? First visa I got as visitor visa, and I got this visa for 1 year, but I could stay only for half of the year and I had to leave every 3 months. Now I got another visa for 1 more year and I don't need to leave every 3 months. I can stay for 1 more year, which is good. If you're in New Zealand and you need to get medical checkup, it will cost about $800. So be ready to pay so much, and maybe you will need to wait 2 months, 1 month. It depends for how long visa do you get. Everyone has different experience, and also people I know here, they got different visa types, and I also have different visa. But the advantage is that it's e-visa. You don't need to go to embassy. As I know, it's at least for my nationality, it's like this. It's e-visa, so it's nice that you don't need to give your passport somewhere. You're waiting for answer. What did I like? That even immigration officer, they were so friendly. They even said me welcome to New Zealand. I like New Zealand first second I arrived. I liked the air. I arrived to New Zealand after China and I felt this big difference. This time I spent already 2 winters. This winter I was in Belarus, and then I arrived to New Zealand in April, and yeah, in April it was good, it was quite warm, but I think July and August and now it's still cold, quite cold for summer, because I know that in Europe summer finished, and I would be also happy to feel real summer now. But it's okay, spring is coming. There is quite strong and cold wind, especially when I was the last time in Wellington. I already don't know if I'm ready to live there. I'm not so trained soldier yet. And the next question is, almost everyone says that they feel boring in New Zealand, and you need to understand that New Zealand is the most remote country in the world. It's an island. This is not Barcelona, New York, I don't know. This is different world, and it's amazing world. If you like nature, if you like slow life, if you like spend your free time in the nature somewhere, it will be paradise for you. Especially if you're alone here, it will be hard the first time to find your people, your community, especially if you live in small town. I think it's problem for every person who moves somewhere for a long time. Over time you will find your people. It's 100% fact. There are different hiking clubs. You can go somewhere to language course to find your hobbies. There are so many activities here, like hiking, snorkeling, rafting, motorcycle riding, and other many things. I can't say that I feel boring here. Yeah, my friends are far away, but it doesn't mean my life is not interesting. My life is more interesting in New Zealand because I like to travel, I like to see new places. It's one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and I think it will be the best time in your life. The next question is, how expensive to live in New Zealand? New Zealand is expensive country, especially now, as I know, and I know that many people don't have jobs here. Many people moved to Australia from New Zealand, but it depends what specialist you are, what city do you live. I think Auckland and Queenstown are the most expensive places in New Zealand. And I think average weekly cost of accommodation here for house is about 500-800 New Zealand dollars in Auckland. I will say about food that every time we come to a grocery store we pay about $200-300. It's quite expensive, especially eggs are expensive in New Zealand like nowhere. I think the most expensive eggs in the world are in New Zealand, and you need to prepare for these costs. The advantages I found outweigh the disadvantages. And also when I posted my video on TikTok, Many Russian speaker people start to ask me like, oh, so many people have problems with skin there, that it's so strong sun in New Zealand and it's not safe. What can I say? I asked many New Zealander about this. They say that they even don't use SPF. They just don't spend too much time under sun, and I think the most important thing is to protect yourself from sun, like with clothes. Like, you need to have kepi, hat, long blues, long short. I think these SPF creams, they can also bring problems if they are not natural, because if you will look at ingredients of these creams, you will be shocked what is there. It's like heavy metals, and it can be even worse if you will use this. So just don't spend too much time under sun, and I don't think it can be a problem for you. I also like food in New Zealand. I like seafood, I like fish, and in New Zealand you can find native New Zealand fish, seafood, shrimps, mussels, so big mussels you can find in grocery stores. And they are native fruits. You can see that even neighbors can have mandarins, lemons, grapefruits, feijoas. And for me it's something exotic. I used to see in the yard just apples in my country because it's not so warm there, but here, yeah, you can find native fruits, and it's really tasty. But at the same time, the most places I visited in New Zealand, especially Asian restaurants, they like to cook it their own style. Because in my country I would order sushi twice a week and it will be so tasty and not expensive. But here it's expensive and sometimes not how you want. It depends where you are, but yeah, native New Zealand food is really tasty. I like lamb here, I like fish, especially if you're from past Soviet Union countries. When you will come to New Zealand, you will feel this difference between mentalities, between people, and New Zealand people are so friendly, like I never saw somewhere else in the world. Maybe in Spain they can ask you in grocery store, how are you, what plans do you have for the weekend? It was my culture shock, especially when I walked in Tauranga. So many people said hi to me. It was so nice to watch people, how they are just sitting on the bench looking at the ocean, and I admired so much how people are active here. Even when I was in Wellington, all people are running. Old people, it looks like age is just number for them. They all are so active and still positive. You will get many impressions from this country. And the last thing I want to talk today is about public transport and roads in New Zealand, especially if you're from European countries. When you will come here, you will be impressed from roads here. All roads here are winding and mountainous. You will feel like you're on amusement park ride, but at the same time landscapes and views are so beautiful. You will see everything. You will see beautiful nature, mountains, lamps, just walking in freedom, horses. You feel like you're in movie. And what about public transport? Not so common here. Like in my country, you can get train somewhere to the closest town every hour, but here I was looking for train to Wellington, and as I understand that there is only one train a week at 6 a.m. It was something new for me. It's important to have car here. People have many cars here, but I also know there is one train from Wellington to Queenstown. I would like to take this train because it's like a restaurant train and it's so beautiful. So I think you learned something new, and maybe if you're New Zealander, let me know if I'm right. Maybe you will give me some more advices. I would like to hear it from you, and I will make some more videos about New Zealand, about my life here. I hope you will like this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a nice day and Bye bye!